I've thrown on my Christmas frock so I can show you today a couple of great recipes that you can share with the family and friends on Christmas Day. No West Australian table is complete without potatoes, for sure. At this time of year, we've got kipfler potatoes and royal blue coming out of Margaret River and Busselton. And rather than just showing you one recipe, I thought I'd put two together. So we're having a lemony jalapeno dressing with the kipflers, and we're going to have a crispy sage roasted royal blues. So I've already cooked the royal blues. I've cut a potato that size into 3 pieces and just tried to keep them even. And what I'm going to do is come back. I've now drained the potatoes, but I want to put them back into the pot and make sure all the water is gone. So I'm going to put it back on the heat and give them a shake for a minute before I put them into a tray to roast. Going to put some oil on the potatoes and a really good, more than a pinch of salt. And I'm just going to shuffle them around a little bit, get the butter and the oil to coat, and then I'm going to pick these up and pop them in the oven on a high heat. While those royal blues are roasting in the oven, I'm going to throw together a cold kipfler salad. So these have been cooked till fork tender, and I'm just going to cut them into approximately 3 pieces. Some of these potatoes maybe 4, even sized pieces, and I'm throwing them on top of a dressing that I've made, which has got preserved lemon, little bit of parmesan oil, and we're going to throw some fresh herbs and jalapenos in there with the potato and the dressing. So you could even have cooked the potatoes the day before if that suits you and you want to be organised. This is 600 grams of potatoes, which is more than enough for 6 people, but if you've got other salads on the table, it'll go further. So I'm just going to add all these lovely fresh herbs. So just parsley and fresh chilli. And the chili's not super hot, and you could, if you've got kids and you're worried, swap it out for just some capsicum so you've got that crunch. And I'm literally just tossing the potatoes to coat. And once I've done that, I can set it aside. And just to give it a little crisp and fresh edge, just cucumbers cut into rounds. And I'm going to add at the end some celery heart leaves, because quite often they end up in the bin, and it's a great way to use them and give the salad a little bit of a fresh and crispy finish. So pop all this out onto the plate, and that has koshered the potatoes really beautifully. Then we can just throw our cucumbers across. Doesn't have to be a food stylist job, the kids could help. And then I'm literally just going to finish this with the celery leaves, and that's just going to look really pretty when it hits the table, and we'll go with all kinds of roasted meats. I've just checked the potatoes are nearly ready in the oven, so I'm going to make the sage butter. It's as simple as popping the butter on in a hot pan, bringing it to a nice kind of nut brown, and then throwing the sage leaves in, letting them go crisp, and that can sit aside until the potatoes are ready. So I'll pop that on now. These potatoes are looking magnificent and brown, so I'm just going to scoop them onto my plate. Oh, they're crispy. I'm looking forward to this. And literally give them another little tease of salt if you feel like it, if you're not being careful. And pop on the garlic, which is roasted nicely along with the potatoes. And then I'm going to finish it with the sage butter. And then we have 2 potato dishes made with seasonal WA potatoes, a traditional roast potato to go with beef, and a lovely light salad to go with maybe a white meat.